Okay, welcome to the Tuesday, July 28th Montgomery County Commission meeting. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Lieberman.
Here.
Commissioner Rice.
Here.
Commissioner Dodd.
Here. Stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
County Engineer.
Good afternoon, Commissioners,
Afternoon.
Assistant Administrator, ladies and gentlemen. We have 3 items on the agenda today. The first is Resolution 20-985 to amend the agreement with Brumbaugh Construction, Inc. for the Chute Mill Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project in the City of Dayton by adding $2,940.39 to the original amount for a total of $1,132,939.39 due to a change order. 986 is to authorize the 2020 schedule of maintenance assessments in the amount of $6,353.24 prorated per acre for the Urban Drainage Petition 1 in Miami Township. And 987 is to authorize the 2020 schedule of maintenance assessments in the amount of $6,625 for the Route Song Owendale Ditch in Miami Township.
I move for approval. I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Juvenile Court.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. We have 5 resolutions. We have 5 resolutions for Juvenile Court. The first is 20-988. This is to authorize a memorandum of understanding with Tara Twitty, doing businesses community alternative support services outreach to provide skill streaming and art services for youth at the Juvenile Detention Center in an amount not to exceed $22,350 through June 30th of 2021. 989 authorizes an agreement with South Community Incorporated to provide behavioral health services for the LIFE program in an amount not to exceed $185,650 through June 30th of 2021. The last 3 resolutions authorize agreements to provide services for youth at the Center for Adolescent Services through June 30th of 2021. The first is 990 with Dr. Dennis Bingham to oversee the delivery of healthcare services in an amount not to exceed $30,000. 991 is with Johnny William Myers III, PAC, for the delivery of healthcare services under a clinical director in an amount not to exceed $14,400. And last is 992 with South Community Incorporated to provide behavioral health services in an amount not to exceed $180,000.
I move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
County Administrator.
Under the clerk's office, we have 993. This is the approval of bills. This list is available in the clerk's office. And 994, this is the approval of travel and expenses. This list is also available in the clerk's office.
I move for approval. I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Administrative Services.
Under Administrative Services, we have a number of resolutions for your consideration today. The first is 995. This is the approval of personnel actions. This list is available in the clerk's office. 996 authorizes a purchase from Meltwater News U.S. Incorporated for social media communications services for the Communications Department at a cost of $12,000. 997 solicits bids for the SCADA radio replacement 2020 project for the Environmental Services Department Field Services Group. The following resolutions authorize price agreements for the Environmental Services Department. The first is 998 with Rumpke of Ohio Incorporated for commingled recycling services through July 31st, 2023 with options to extend. 999 is with Everett J. Prescott Incorporated for ductile iron and pipe fittings through August 31st, 2021 with options to extend. The next 2 resolutions extend price agreements for various county departments. The first is 1000. This is with Wright Express Financial Services Corporation for a fuel and fleet card services program through July 20th, 2021. And 1001 is with Goodwill Easter Seals Miami Valley for janitorial services through January 21st of 2021. And the last 3 resolutions select bids and authorize agreements. The first is 1002 with Maximum Roofing Company, LLC, general contractor for the Stillwater Center Area J roof replacement project at their lowest and best bid of $59,850 through October 31st of 2020. The next is 1003 with Apex Medical Systems Incorporated, mechanical HVAC contractor for the Stillwater Center boiler replacement project at their lowest and best combined bid of $81,637 through December 10th of 2020. And last is 1004 with Apex Mechanical Systems Incorporated, mechanical HVAC contractor, for the administration building boiler number 2 replacement project at their lowest and best combined bid of $129,747 through February 25th of 2021.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Environmental Services, Matt?
Good afternoon. We've got Resolution 1005, authorizing agreement with Allied Properties LLC, accept an easement deed, and authorize the county auditor to issue a warrant in the amount of $2,000 for sewer lines in connection with the Habitat and Summit Med Lift Station and Force Main Replacement Project, and record said deed. Resolution 1006, solicit a request for qualifications for consultant services for the Austin Boulevard Sanitary Sewer Replacement Project. Resolution 1007, release 100% of the performance bond with Roush General Contracting LLC and the subdivider's contract for Flying Aces. And Resolution 1008, release 100% of the performance bond with Carroll's Corporation and the subdivider's contract for the Burger King development.
I move for approval.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Human Services, Tom?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Under Human Services Planning and Development, Resolution 10009 will amend the agreement with the YWCA of Dayton to expand domestic violence emergency and COVID-19 relief services by increasing the original amount by $22,595.67 for a total not to exceed $168,595.67 through June 30th of 2021. The reason this contract goes to 2021 is because it is the original contract. The COVID funds are through December.
Okay.
Then we also have Resolution 2010-10, which the Human Services Levy Council and its community review team has now completed the allocation process for 2021. This Resolution 1010 will adopt their recommendations regarding levy agency and program allocations with adjustments for 2020 and the allocations for 2021. Then under the Department of Job and Family Services, 2010-11 will amend the agreement with the County Commissioners Association of Ohio Service Corporation and the Ohio CSEA Directors Association by amending the terms and conditions of the agreement to add real-time incarceration and arrest gateway services through May 31st, 2021. And 1012 will authorize an agreement to provide eligibility referral and support services to Premier Health with funding reimbursement in actual amounts of 50% of expenses incurred for salaries, fringe benefits, and other costs through December 31st of 2020. Then we also need to authorize agreements for substitute care services through March 31st of 2022. These are for Children's Services. 1013 is with Lakeland Behavioral Health Systems. 1014 with Mill Creek Residential. 1015 with South Community Incorporated.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Business Services.
Under Community Economic Development, we have 1016 to publish a notice of public hearing on Montgomery County's fiscal year 2020 draft action plan for review and comment prior to submission to HUD and discuss previously funded HUD projects. And 1017, authorize a memorandum of understanding between the Building Regulations Department and the City of Vandalia for building code enforcement shared services in an amount not to exceed $5,000 through December 31st of 2022.
I move for approval.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Comments by Assistant County Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioner. Last week, as you know, we expanded the eligibility for the CARES Act for small businesses. Our team and the Office of the CARES Act doing a great job. Before, there was some limitations on those that were eligible for funding. We since have expanded that to include this additional round. Would you like to speak about that?
Sure. I'm really happy that we were able to expand it. I know there were a lot of businesses that still need help, and because they had received the PPP, they were not originally qualified, and we've found out after thorough investigation that, as a matter of fact, we can do that. So that's great, because as we go along, Treasury, federal Treasury is kind of making up the rules and clarifying things for us every week, and so we are finding that we can expand that, and so really excited about that, because we know there's businesses out there, and I'm looking straight at these cameras, that need help, and so please, please, please apply. Because our small businesses, not just here, but throughout the country, they're really the backbone of our economy. And we're seeing so many struggling, whether it's a restaurant or large retail, we know is, but even small retail. So we want to make sure that they're staying healthy and strong. And these grants are $10,000, up to $10,000. And that's very significant to some small businesses that have been struggling, even if they've gotten other help from other areas. I'm really pleased that we're able to provide this. So again, even if you received other assistance, SBA, the PPP, grants, loans, don't be afraid to go ahead and apply. And so businesses, sole proprietors, please apply. And again, I think we've said this almost every week, but you apply for those grants. They're grants, not loans. Grants to the Montgomery County Office of CARES Act, and that website is www.mcohiocares.org.
Good. Well, I agree with you, Commissioner, and, our goal is to get this money out as quickly as possible to business as well as individuals. We've got to get our economy back going again and getting people back to work. So I know that our staff is working round the clock to help as many people and as many businesses as they possibly can, and I know they're doing an excellent job. But I want to mention that the Community Overdose Action Team has noted an increase, unfortunately, in overdoses as well as deaths from accidental overdose during the pandemic. We know that people are struggling daily to get help and feeling isolated. So please, I want to remind everyone that services for mental health and addiction treatment are still available in our community. The Miami Valley Warm Line provides free and confidential mental health and support services. Now, I'm going to give a couple phone numbers here, so if you want to grab a piece of paper and pencil, just call 937-528-7777, and that's Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And again, that phone number for the Miami Valley Warm Line is 937-528-7777. You can also text 4HOPE, and 4 is the letter 4, and that's 4HOPE. And that's in one word. You can also do that, which is 741-741. That's 741-741 to receive crisis support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And finally, 115 has a crisis stabilization unit for those who still are using or experiencing active withdrawal from narcotics. Just call, again, 937-535-5115. Again, that's 937-535-5115, day or night. So again, I've given some numbers for people, and please, please, it's okay to not be okay. So these places are here to help you. So please reach out. Thank you.
And I would wholeheartedly agree with that reminder. I think it's important for all of us to take care of ourselves, both physically and mentally. But, we have a lot of power to reach out to our friends, families, neighbors. You never know when that'll make all the difference in someone's day, to know someone's thinking of them and help them to feel a little bit better and come to terms, and certainly share some of this information if it's necessary. So use your power to call someone up, say something nice, be kind, and really make someone's day. But I also want to switch gears a little bit and talk about the wonderful cleanup day Rebuilding Together Dayton held this past weekend. I visited with a handful of volunteers who were tidying up the yards and the homes of senior citizens in the Pineview, Edgemont, and Miami Chapel neighborhoods. And if you remember, that was a beautiful day. And the homeowners that I talked to were absolutely thrilled. In fact, one homeowner, her name was Willie, and she was wheelchair bound. She was very proud that she had lived in her house for 47 years, and it's just too much for her to handle, but she loves her house. And she was absolutely thrilled. She was grinning from ear to ear and could not have been more appreciative of her fellow Montgomery County citizens coming out to lend a hand and really transform her yard. All the work done was outside. Everyone was socially distanced. We observed all of that, but you can really, make a difference. And what I would urge is, this is just an example. Sometimes we're talking about mental health and well-being. Sometimes it's really great for ourselves to be able to give back and it just makes you feel good. And we need a lot of moments of feeling good these days. So I also have to call out the members of the land bank team. I saw several, I think there was 4 working, and they've worked in those neighborhoods to remove blight, but then they were there to help transform homes. So, in these times, we know that so much, it seems, is out of our control, but you can always do the next right thing. So just do something, the thing that's right in front of you, and that can really help us. If everybody did just one thing, what a difference that would make, not only to our community, but to yourself, to know that you gave it that much more. So I'm certainly grateful to be able to go around and see things like that and contributing. So I would just urge you, if you're interested, volunteering is just a wonderful way to give back to your community, and you can do it safely. You do not have to stay in your homes. There's plenty of organizations, but I'm going to give a call out to Rebuilding Together Dayton. I happen to know that they're in their 25th year, and they focus on neighborhoods each year, and they really help seniors who can't get around, low income, and who really want to stay in their houses, and we want them to stay in their houses. So if you're interested in getting involved in the future, look at rtdayton.org, and you can really make a difference. So that really capped off my weekend to see that. And that's all I really have this week.
Good. All right. Well, our next Montgomery County Commission meeting is August the 4th. Where has the summer gone? August the 4th, and it's a different time. It's going to be at 11 o'clock right here.
Okay. I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.